Hey everybody, Mrs. Bianchi here. We're looking at question number 6, and I apologize if the cursor does what's called ghosting on the screen, because on my end, I'm only seeing one cursor, but for some reason, when I'm recording these videos and I play it back, it shows the cursor flashing multiple times on the screen. So my apologies. Hopefully that won't confuse you too much. I did send in an IT request to see if, the Screencastify folks can help me figure out what's going on with that. All right, but at any rate, the question reads Ryan delivers flowers to 2 customers. He drives for 12 minutes at an average speed of 40 miles per hour to reach his first customer. He then drives for 15 minutes at an average speed of 50 miles per hour to reach his second customer. During the 27 minutes of driving time, how many total minutes does Ryan drive? All right, so what we need to do is we need to take each situation. So we're driving at a slower rate right here at 40 miles per hour, and then another time we're driving at a faster rate of 50 miles per hour. But the issue here is that the number that they give us, this 12 minutes, that's not the same thing as an hour. So we really need to rethink this as miles per minutes, right? Because 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Again, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So per hour would imply 1 hour. That's where the 60 came from. That's important that you understand that before we move forward. So in this situation, we're going 40 miles in 60 minutes or an hour. And in this case, we're going 50 miles per hour, which is equivalent to 60 minutes. Now, what are you supposed to do with the numbers that are given in the problem? Well, here we're traveling, the time frame is 12 minutes. So you have to decide, where am I putting the 12? Well, the way we have this set up, let's put the 12 on the bottom because the bottom is talking about minutes. Now for here, this is 15 minutes. So we're going to put the 15 on the bottom because that's talking about minutes. And in both cases, we're solving for miles. So we're trying to figure out how many miles we go under these conditions, and we're trying to figure out how many miles we go under these conditions. Now, one of the things that I should point out that some people might be confused about, where does this 27, what does this have to do with anything? Because people look at that number and they're like, well, what is that? Well, basically what that is, if you take the 12 and you add the 15, that's 27 minutes, right? So that's the total time that we're talking about. But the problem is that we're going at 2 separate rates. So let's solve for m for this left proportion. And to do that, we might take advantage of the fact that if we could, let me use a different color here. If we divide this by 5, that would equal 12. And because 5 is also compatible with the 40, we should take advantage of that. 40 divided by 5 would give us 8. So in this situation, we're talking about 8 miles. All right, over here, 60 is compatible with 15. 60 divided by 4 equals 15. So we need to do 50 divided by 4 to get how many miles that would be. Now in this case, it's not going to give us an even answer. That means we need to show the algorithm of 40 divided by 4. So let's set that up down here. 50 divided by 4. If I said 40, I meant to say 50. 50 divided by 4. So it's going to go in one time. Subtract, we get the 1 left over. Bring down the 0. 4 goes into this twice. Subtract. 4 times 2 gives us the 8. We get the 2 left over. Now here's where most 6th graders would say, oh, I don't know what to do now. So I'm going to show you what to do. So watch carefully. You need to put a decimal in a decimal, add a 0, bring the 0 down, and keep going. So 4 into 20, how many times does it go in? Well, it does terminate. It goes in 5 times, and it works out evenly. So what does m equal? In this case, we have it right here. It's 12 and 5/10. M equals 12 and 5/10. Now the question, if we go back and read it, it says during the 27 minutes, so that's the 12 minutes plus the 15 minutes here that we're driving, how many total miles does Ryan drive? So what does that mean we need to do? We need to take the answer that we have here and add it to the answer we have here. And doing that, you'll see which answer choice it is. So when you set this up with the algorithm, you want to rethink 8 is 8 and 0/10. So that's this number just rewritten with a decimal. And then let's put this number with the decimals lined up. And we're adding the two things together. When you finish adding these two things together, you're going to get one of these answer choices. All right, take it from there. Good luck, everyone.